just turn on the stream so that I can. Yeah, it's working. Cool. All right. I might play this twice. You know, I'll probably just do once.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red.
My goal for this year is to stream as much as I can, so I'm trying to do it at least once every day.
If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just
now I'm probably not gonna be able to do it on like holidays and other certain days, but
if you're not ready for that,
I mean,
like if you've already had a bad
as much as
day,
I can.
then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy High.
Alright, just balance right
The
here.
author of that game was Jazuo.
Or don't, that works too.
At the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built
And
almost
launch.
entirely
There
out
we
of
go.
recycled parts.
Already doing better than
It's one of the most
yesterday.
unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed.
Oh shit.
Cliffs are too sheer or too slippery.
Already doing better than yesterday, I say.
Unremittingly in
Yeah,
danger of
sure.
falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree. A lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds
Alright, I made it through. I just need to get up past the orange and then I am not going to fall back to the beginning.
Or the correct equipment, or just by spending enough time.
If I just fell there, I would have
Every
been
pixelated obstacle
so
in Sexy
angry.
Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably
Okay.
hard.
That was...
But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already
I
felt
can't
like my
talk and
inability to
focus
get
at the
past
same
new
time.
obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something.
No.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened. Because the objects
I
in the
am
stores are
doing
trash.
surprisingly well.
I don't mean they look bad.
And I'm nervous because I feel like I'm just going to fail at some point.
I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, an ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill
I can do this part.
with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten.
This jump has always been annoying to me.
Rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
I've only been going for 6 minutes and I'm already here.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill?
I'm just gonna take this first slow. Yeah, there we go.
When games were new,
oh hey, what's up? You're back.
Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless.
Yeah, I've actually only been going for,
you could swallow
I think 7 minutes now. I'm already up to almost the bucket.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
I think this would be my 22nd.
But on the off chance
I wanted to make it to 50, so I have the gold cauldron.
But maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it.
Oh, fuck.
Feeling frustrated. It's underrated.
You know what? Could have been worse.
An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice. It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue.
Yeah, I mean, I've fallen further before, so
every wise
it's not that bad.
Every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
I hate this jump. Yeah, I'm almost halfway there, so. It gets to gold at 50, right? I think that's what it is. Yeah, I know that song. It's pretty good. Whoa, we're halfway there. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep singing. I'm really bad at that. I'm sorry.
We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
Yeah. Oh. You know, yeah, the bucket is probably the second hardest spot for me. I'm actually surprised I did it that fast.
Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow, nor the man, nor the man's hand.
Alright.
In this here is will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
I'm only at 10 minutes and I'm already, like, at the end of the game.
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church, and the rectory, the living room, and
That's fine. It was actually just another getting over it stream.
the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lakeside.
What's the first? The one with...
You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up. And in a moment, I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
What do you mean the one with the anvil? Yeah, yeah. I got the bad ending, but I was actually able to get out of it. It's fine. Yeah, actually, I think you were in my stream yesterday, and I got the, bad ending. Well, almost got the bad ending, then I was able to get out of it, luckily. Yeah. Ah, fuck.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
Yeah, that's fine. Wow, I'm struggling a lot at this part. I'm struggling actually more than the bucket. Yeah. You know, actually something funny about my my channel name. I couldn't get infinity, so instead of an I used a lowercase l.
Oof, sorry about that.
Why am I struggling so much at this point? Yeah, I have a horrible memory, so... I usually don't struggle this much. It's like really only when I'm streaming I struggle at this part. Kind of. Like, yeah, it's kind of like that, but I don't really. I just usually don't have a problem. I don't actually. Eventually I might want to try mods, but first I want to try and get the cauldron before I like change up the game. What about you? Do you use mods? Oh wait, I think you said you haven't beaten the game before, right? Okay, if I could just stop struggling. at this one part. I've spent like 5 minutes here. It's literally a third of the game has been spent at this one spot. Oh, that's cool. Thanks. Yeah, I used to stream every now and then, but I want to start doing it more regularly. Oh, no! No!
Happen again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
But like, if there's any games or something that you want to see and I have them, I'll try and stream them.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
I have a good amount of games. I have Rainbow Six Siege. I have Cyberpunk, but I haven't finished it yet. I have Minecraft. Oh, there we go. I'm good. What about you? It's a new year. We just got through 2020, so that was a tough year, but we made it. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption with my friends quite a bit, so I might end up streaming that. Probably not today, but maybe sometime soon. I might stream it today. I don't know. I streamed this because I want to try and streaming as many days as I can this year, and I didn't know what to stream, so you know what? I'm gonna go through the game again because why not? That was only like 18 minutes. Ah, 17 minutes. I have some friends that happens to, but personally, I seem to dream about just like realistic events, and sometimes I can't tell a dream from real life. Like, I have dreams about just having conversations with my mom, and it's just kind of weird because I wake up and I'm like, did that happen?
Or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red, but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original.
Why would I judge you? I want that kind of dream. Like, that just sounds great.
You're not ready for that?
Like, it sounds like weird to experience, but like that just makes such a good story that I want something like that to happen to me.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always.
I've had one lucid dream, like, ever. And I was able to like fly in it. Like, I was falling, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm dreaming, and just started gliding everywhere.
Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, sexy hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start sexy hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never...
No, I don't usually do those. I'm not good at skips, because, like, even though I do this game in, like, 20 minutes, I'm still not good at it.
Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your...
And I'm not really sure how to do the slide skip, at least. I know about the furniture skip. But, like, at some point, like, it's not as much of a skip as I need. I'm not really going for speed. I'm mostly just going to beat it.
The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain.
Oh no, my game lagged. Like, my frame rate just dropped.
Turned out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easy.
Maybe.
It already felt like my inability to get
I don't know if I'm gonna.
was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Okay, just take this part slow so I don't mess up.
You're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used.
Yeah, this game's really hard when you first like start playing it. I think I put like I want to say 45 hours into the game before I even beat it the first time, just because I couldn't. I just couldn't make it to the end. But after the first time, like, I was able to beat it in like an hour, and then I was able to beat it in 40 minutes, then 30.
You could build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. B games.
Oh, you played it for the first time yesterday? Yeah. Really, the best thing you could do for the game is to like just not quit trying. I stopped playing it, but once I got back into it, I seemed to do good. But if you're struggling with it, then just take a break and then go back to it. Like, there's just like a fine line of like just continuing to try and taking a break.
Car crash, epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs,
Yeah.
forgotten, unrecycled, muddled.
The furthest I've ever fallen is from the bats, like where they come out of the roof thing up there, and I fell all the way back to the beginning. Fell like right to where the tree is.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
This is the part where I have the most struggle with. Once I make it past this part, I usually go a bit faster.
Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly.
Oh no.
A quick
Oh no.
fix for the fickle. Some tricks,
Okay.
clicks of the
I should be good.
But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat. Now I know, most likely you're watching this on
Yeah,
YouTube
I
or
actually don't
Twitch,
really
while
rage
some
at this
dude
game
with 10
much.
million views
I
does it
don't
for you.
really
Like a
rage in
baby bird
general.
being fed chewed up food.
But I
That's
expected to
culture
at
too.
least get a little angry with the game, and I really just don't.
But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is
No,
disposable,
no.
but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated.
Yeah, this is about as far as I've gotten, and then I fell all the way back to the
Orange
beginning.
is sweet, juicy fruit
Um,
locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee.
yeah, me too.
It's
Like, I
quick.
just
It's licorice.
don't. I get annoyed at the game, but I don't get mad.
It feels like we're closer now. Composer
I just-
and timer, designer and user. You could have refused, but you
Didn't
didn't.
know I could do that.
There was something in you.
It's not a hard jump, but
that chose to
just wanted to
continue.
try that. Once you make it past that roof area, you really can't fall back to the beginning, which I like. Like, I think there's 2 ways to go back to the beginning from there, and I haven't fell for either of them. Yeah, I haven't fallen for the snake yet, but I've heard. Well, when you're, I will show you once I'm there. But when you're going across the floating rocks with snow on them, if there's like a really weird angle where if you fall, then you could fall all the way back to the beginning, or at least really far down. But that's really hard to do. I'm just about there. Like,
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a
I
kingly
think
gift
it's the
that you've
next
given.
rock. Yeah, like if you fall at like a really weird angle here, it's possible to fall back to the beginning. But other than that, and then the snake,
We have
I,
the same taste, you and
don't
I.
think there's any other ways to go
It's
back
not
to the
ambition.
beginning.
It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
Oh, the snake brings me to the top? 1 second, let me try it out. No. Oh, fuck.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration. A real punch in the gut.
I didn't think I was actually gonna fall there. Oh, I'm upset. Well, back to climbing. Ah, man. Yeah, I shouldn't have even risked that joke. But you know what? It happens. At least I didn't go to the very beginning. I don't think it's your fault. That was totally my fault. Like I was trying to make a joke, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go down the snake, and then I actually fell. Oh, I have to do this part again. I forgot about it. Yeah, my friend fell for that. I got him to get the game, and then he fell for that because he thought he was like he didn't know where to go, so he thought it was actually the snake, and he got so mad. I wasn't there, but I heard about it the next day, and he was just so angry, and he blamed me because I got him to get the game. But you know what? That part's not going to slow me down. This part will, apparently, but not that one. Yeah, uh, that's pretty much what happened. And if I'm being honest, I didn't even tell him to get the game. I was playing it, and I was streaming on Discord, and he saw it and wanted to try it out, and then got angry at me. Why can't I balance easily? There we go. Nope. Alright, here we go. No, he was just messing around with me. He was just angry at the game. um, he wasn't being serious. You know, sometimes I hate the bucket. I say sometimes, but I mean all the time. I hate this bucket so much. No, not falling for that again. Yeah, I mean, like, he wasn't really angry. Like, it was the next day. He was just joking around and saying he was blaming me. Please don't fall back to the bucket. I don't want to go back down there. Yeah. He was just messing around like, yeah, I lost all my progress. I blame you. No, let me up the wall.
Have you thought about who you are in this?
I've never
Are
thought
you
about who I
man,
am.
pot, Diogenes?
Please shut up.
Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow, nor the man, nor the man's hand. In this you're his will, his intent, the embodied
I think
resolve
I got it.
in his
There we
unable
go.
assent.
Who's texting me? I'll text him back in a second.
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church, and the rectory, the living room, and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lake.
Yeah, we just don't exist in this game.
You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up, and in a moment, I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
No, I was so close.
Sorry about that.
Oh. It brings you to, like, a chat room. Yeah, it just brings you to a chat room. It's nothing big. It, allows you to talk with other people who beat the game. No, no, no! I was so close. I was so close the first time, and I can't get back up there now. I'd say Dorito, yeah. Mostly because I don't know what the other one is. Okay. Okay. Come on. Let me land. No. Oh. There we go. Now I just need to get to space. If I could just stop floating.
I dedicate this game to you.
Of course, I hit a
The
meteor.
one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
Why am I... Why... Oh. Alright. I moved my mouse a little too fast there. Yeah, if the asteroids didn't have gravity, I probably would have been screwed. And there we go. Alright, yeah, thank you for watching. I'm probably going to stream again tomorrow if I don't tonight. But I'm probably just going to end it there. I mean, I've already played the game twice, so... But yeah, no, what happens when I click 500 times? Alright, yeah, I'll try it at the start, but what happens? I'm not even gonna count because if something happens, it'll just happen. Oh, he does? Okay. I have to be at least halfway by now.
Listen,
There
this is
it
a
is.
little awkward, but you've clicked the mouse button 500 times now. I'm gonna say you're gripping the mouse a little bit hard.
That's funny. I actually didn't know about that. But yeah, thank you for joining the stream. There'll probably be another one tomorrow. I don't know what time. But if you join, I'll see you then.